Hello, my name is Eric Felix, and for my fifth and final event report, I attended a lecture at John Jay Community College of Criminal Justice. The lecture was on cybercrimes, and the lecturer was Maria Haberfeld. The title of the lecture was Countering the Cyber Threat. Is it a public or private law enforcement duty? Maria Haberfeld is a professor in the Department of Law, Police Science, and Criminal Justice Administration at John Jay College. A little bit about Professor Haberfeld. She graduated Graduate Center of the City University of New York, got her PhD in 92. In 90, she got another PhD from the Graduate Center of the City of New York. She got her master's in 83. She got two different bachelors in 1980. She also attended the Hebrew University for her criminology, history, and archaeology degrees. As far as her background, she was born in Poland and immigrated to Israel as a teenager. She served in the Israeli Defense Forces in the counterterrorism unit and left the army at the rank of sergeant. Prior to coming to John Jay, she served in the Israeli National Police and left the force at the rank of lieutenant. She also worked as a special consultant for the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration in the New York field office. She has conducted research in the area of public and private law enforcement integrity and white-collar crimes in the United States, Eastern and Western Europe, as well as Israel. In addition to her research, she has also provided leadership training to a number of police agencies. Since 2001, she has been involved in developing, coordinating, and teaching in a special educational program at John Jay University for the New York City Police Department. Now, the event itself, the lecture itself, focused on cyber crimes and the ways that the interconnected globalization, I would say, of the internet, and not just the internet, mobile devices, and all sorts of things, how it has opened the door for all these cyber crimes. And just a brief description: cybercrime is the contemporary version of crime, as social and economic activities increasingly rely on digital devices and the internet. All crime tends to have a cyber component. For example, the widespread use of cell phones means that even ordinary street crimes usually involve digital evidence and network activity. Cybercrime is frequently associated with denial of service, attacks, hacking, and more generally attacks that take advantage of flaws in computer systems and networks. Yet the most common complaint submitted to the Internet Crime Complaint Center is auction fraud. They'll say, I saw it on the internet, I paid for it, I received nothing. Or, what I did receive was not what I saw. Like law-abiding citizens, criminals seek to take advantage of the internet system for lowered transaction costs, economies of scale, and access to personal information, as well as autonomy. There are no quick technical or regulatory solutions for controlling criminal activities on the internet or protecting individuals or organizations from harm in cyberspace. Today's highly complex, interconnected global information system provide an extensive attack surface that is almost impossible to secure. Regulatory measures such as legislation, court actions, or even industry-wide security standards often fail to keep pace with rapid changes in technology. Countering misuse and abuse in such an environment is a constant battle. For 6 years, the Center of Cybercrime Studies has brought together a wide range of expertise needed to understand and deter computer-related crimes. So that's just a brief overview of the cybercrimes school at John Jay. I found the lecture very informative. She actually spoke about her work with the Israeli police and in other parts of the world, and the one common theme she did talk about the United States is that they harped on the fact that we talk about being secure here in the United States, but no one's willing to admit the way that we plan for attacks, for cyber crimes, for cyber terrorism, is to wait and see, and then once something happens, we fix that issue, but we don't anticipate. So a lot of what Professor Haberfeld, her work is trying to get countries to realize what issues are out there, where the chinks in the armor are, and she promotes interdepartment communication. She pointed out that in the United States there's over 300 specialized units, and each one has its own jurisdiction, and then they have their rules, and they don't communicate well with each other. And then the problem with that is that something happens, somebody gets a piece of information, they don't share, and then that's when things happen. She pointed out, I believe it was in Switzerland, I may have that country wrong, but how they have a nationalized police department. So it's one police department, it's one department all the way around. So they work more cohesively, and they're able to work together better, as opposed to, in this case, the United States, where we have so many different specialized units, NYPD, FBI, and everybody kind of plays it close to the vest and doesn't really share information that well. So you get holes that security can lack in, and that's all that a cybercrime perpetrator needs. And she pointed out that it's not about prevention, it's not about stopping things from happening, although those things would be great. It's about mitigating the effect. It's about having things in place that when one thing falls, it doesn't cause a domino effect. She made light of the blackout that we had recently a few years back, and the blackout went out, so there was no contingency plan, and all the security experts she spoke to kind of just shrugged and said, I don't know what to do, I don't have a plan in place, or I wasn't told. It's like the people who come up with the plans play it close to the vest and don't share with the other departments and say, well, this is what's supposed to happen if this happens. So she shed some light on that, and I left being more knowledgeable about the way the structure of the system is, but at the same time I felt more worrisome, because I completely agree with her, and I feel like if something were to happen, I mean, if you have enough grit and fortitude, any terrorist can make it happen. It's nothing. It's more or less there's nothing you can do. It's just kind of mitigate the situation so you don't get as hurt as one would could get hurt. So thank you very much, and have a good day.